Now, just back here to Australian politics, you know, the mundane day-to-day partisan bun fight that usually drives us nuts in this country. Have you noticed how no one seems to care very much about money or accountability anymore? No one seems to care how much the nuclear submarine project will cost, for instance, or more to the point, how we'll ever pay for it. No one seems worried about the NDIS and its cost blowouts that, left unchecked, will cost us all tens of billions of dollars extra every year forever. No one seems to care about the 15 billion, or is it 25 billion that will be blown on the snowy 2.0 hydro project for no extra power. No one seems to care how much it'll cost to get to net zero by 2050 or whenever, and whether indeed it's even possible. As Paul Murray's pointed out repeatedly, no one seems to care about Labor's jobs for the boys US trade position handed out by the Trade Minister Don Farrell. All the sorts of scandals that normally would be media fodder for a coalition government are largely being ignored with Labor in power. The media duplicity is obvious. But what about the coalition? What are they doing about this stuff? Are they holding Labor to account? Are they brave enough to take a stand on the difficult nuts and bolts issues, the ones that matter to taxpayers? Of course, the coalition signed up to net zero too, didn't they? Does that mean they can't hold Labor to account on their net zero aspirations? The coalition also signed up to nuclear subs. They actually delivered the scheme. But surely that doesn't mean they can't make sure Labor plans to get it done in an affordable and deliverable way. And yes, Snowy 2.0, that was a Turnbull pipe dream, of course. So shouldn't the coalition be the ones to declare that it needs to be scrapped so the country can cut its losses? This country is facing some very tough decisions in the future. We all know Labor won't be able to make the hard calls. It never does. So it's time we started to see more leadership from the coalition on this stuff. Shouldn't it scrap the net zero commitment or commit to a significant nuclear energy plan? Shouldn't it take up Alexander Downer's suggestion and promise to buy American nuclear submarines instead of pretending that we're going to be able to build them in Adelaide? Shouldn't it be coming up with plans for education, for health, for disability services that will deliver better results without blowing out all of the costs? The coalition needs to come up with a clear plan to fix the country, to get us back on track. No one else will. Waiting for Labor to stuff it all up is not really a viable strategy.